So you committed to selling on Amazon and you're at the most crucial point of the process, and that's your product research. This by far can be one of the most important steps when curating your success on Amazon. Today I want to share with you my product research technique that will help you find high demand, low competition products that will drastically increase your success rate when selling on Amazon. Go ahead, replicate this process, use it on your own when you're looking to sell on Amazon long term. Today we're going to be using Jungle Scout as a product research software tool that's going to allow us to analyze the back-end data that's within Amazon for different competitors who are selling different products. Once you log into the web browser, navigate to the left-hand side here and click the Product Research tab. From here, click on the Opportunity Finder. The Opportunity Finder is my favorite way of analyzing the data in a clear and detailed way. It's going to show us the specific criteria that really defines whether a product is trending and how much competition is within that niche. I always like to start with the category section here on the left-hand side. If you don't have a preference of which category you want to sell within, you can just simply select all. I personally recommend you narrow down the search and choose between 5 and 10 categories to not be overwhelmed with all the different data. For this example, I'm going to choose some of my favorite categories which tend to have durable, less expensive, and lightweight items. Let's start with beauty and personal care, health and household, home and kitchen and dining, office products, pet supplies, sports and outdoors, and lastly, tools and home improvement. After that, on the right-hand side, you'll see some filters that we're going to use to narrow down our search. The first being average monthly units sold. I like to use the figure of 200 as a baseline for the minimum here. This just indicates that we'll only be shown products on average are doing more than 200 units sold per month per seller. Right below that is your monthly search volume. This is just a figure for how many times a specific keyword is searched on a monthly basis. I like to start at 100 for the minimum here. Next is our niche score. This is what Jungle Scout is going to categorize our niche based on the demand and competition. This figure is out of 10, so normally I like to put 7 as the minimum. Up to the right now is your average monthly price. For this filter, I like to think about my budget for how many units I can order at a time. For me personally, I put the maximum around $60 for the most expensive an item is that I'm willing to sell. Next, one of the most important filters in my opinion is the 30-day search volume trend. This figure is actually a percentage that indicates the growth and trend of keywords within a niche. For the minimum here, I like to put 100. Below the filters we just filled out are 2 more ways to optimize your search. The first is competition. This is Jungle Scout's way of categorizing a certain niche and the amount of other sellers within it. I like to put mine at the very low to low section. Next is the seasonality. I'm personally not a fan of selling seasonal products. It can be tough to time everything correctly to avoid unnecessary storage fees or missing the trend time to sell your product because of variables out of your control like shipping issues. I put this category the same as I do for the competition and make it very low to low. Finally, we're at the last few steps before actually pressing search and seeing the results. For include keywords, I like to leave this blank when first starting this process. After I have narrowed down my search and want to revisit a specific niche, I may input a keyword related to it here. The same goes for exclude keyword. Save this for a later time when you really want to narrow down your search within a niche. Lastly, I always like to click the exclude top brands from the search. This is going to help with not skewing the information you're going to analyze. Their goal is to compete with other sellers who are similar in size, not the top brands like Nike, Dell, and Apple. Finally, you click search and now you'll be brought to this page. When looking through the information, I'm trying to focus initially on the 30 and 90-day trend percentages. I want to see a 30-day trend percentage to be higher than the 90-day trend figure just to indicate the relevance that the product is currently trending and has room for growth. Once I find those 2 percentages, I look to the left and see what the niche is and if it's something interesting or kind of rare. After scrolling for about 20 seconds, I notice these knee braces for dogs. Now right away, it's important to start thinking as a consumer, and for myself, I'm thinking as a dog owner. Now, I know that my dog is always running wild, playing with other dogs, playing with toys, and the risk of injury is actually real. Now, I've actually had 2 other friends who have had dogs who have actually had ACL tears, so this has kind of stand out to me. Now, in the same breath, we're looking to solve a consumer's problem. So now we've established that we have a resolution to a consumer's problem. It just so happens that the resolution to our consumer's problem is one that's near and dear to their heart. I think this is a good standout product because odds are if you have an animal, you're likely to spoil and take good care of it. Once you click on the name of the niche, a drop-down appears that really allows you to start exploring some of the data around this niche, like the average unit sold, the average price, search volume, and seasonality. I highly recommend you go through these different sets of data and use them to better understand the different buying patterns of potential customers and how you can use that to your advantage. Now that we've found a product that seems to solve a consumer's problem, has a high demand and low competition, I start to calculate the potential profits to see if it's worth our time. Now, I'm gonna link a video in the cards that goes over this process a little bit more in depth. I have a full strategy that is pretty straightforward, but for this example, we're gonna use Jungle Scout and the tool that they offer. Once you click on the Amazon logo from Jungle Scout, it's gonna bring the search results from the keyword niche. Next, I like to open the Chrome extension and see what the top 10 sellers are doing for revenue and take the average. From here, I quickly hop on Alibaba and see that each unit will cost around $3 individually and about 75 cents per unit to ship. After advertising, I'm about all in at $5 per unit. Now back on Jungle Scout, if you navigate to where it says the word net and click on that figure, you'll be brought to this page where you can quickly calculate the potential profits. You'll need to change the product price to the average price we can see from the Chrome extension, and finally input the product cost here. We can see from this example that after all of our Amazon fees, we'll be making around $30 profit per unit. If you look here at the left, we can see that the average number of units sold per seller is around 250 units. That means within 30 days, you can make $7,500 from this product. Now, just like that, after finding a high demand, low competition product, we were able to establish that it's generating some pretty solid revenue. At this point, I would go on and order a few samples to really start getting the ball rolling on the entire process. I wanted to let you guys know that I offer a product research service on Fiverr. If you guys are unfamiliar with Fiverr, it's a freelancing platform that allows you to receive a product that I've researched in detail to determine whether it's worth selling on Amazon long term. There's a lot of extras that I left out of this video that add to the secret sauce when optimizing your product research that are vital to your success when finding a winning product. If you guys have any questions that I didn't cover in this video, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And if you found any value to this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.